Achtelfinale Nummer 7, jetzt wartet die Nummer 21 der Welt. Er hat vor 4 Jahren einen Turnier auf der European Tour einfahren können, konnte sich in 4 PDC Major Finals spielen. Er ist der World Masters Champion von 2004. Die Rede ist vom König, The King, Mervyn King.
All hail, bow down to the king. Bow down to the king in red as he walked from the place where the traitor lost both his name and his face. Through the halls and the corridors, stinging in blood.
Mervyn King muss ran gegen die Nummer 6 der Welt. Vor 2 Jahren, 2016, konnte er sich seinen ersten PDC-Titel holen. Das war beim European Tour Event von Riesa. Im letzten Jahr gab es den ersten Major-Erfolg in der Champions League of Darts. Es ist weiterhin der Wahnsinn, auf welchem Niveau der Mann spielt. Aus Wien, the gentle Suljovic!
Penultimate game of the 3rd round here at the European Darts Open as Mervyn King recovers from the hug that Mensur Suljovic has given him. He's got a bad back, Mensur. Don't do that to him. We are preparing for a clash of the King and the King of Austrian darts. Mensur Suljovic, the Champions League of Darts winner, against a former world master in Mervyn King, fighting out for a spot in the last remaining quarter-final. 3 of them set up. Van Gerwen v Whitlock. Meulenkamp against Richard North. Peter Snakebite Wright against Joe Cullen, who's just come through a thriller with Chris Dobey, and we might be in for something similar here. Mervyn King and Mensur Suljovic have both won Euro Tours before. They both made finals last year as well. And Rob Malarkey is sat alongside me. What news from the Suljovic clan? You have your ear close to the ground in that particular camp.
Yeah, he looked like a very, I mean, he's a father already anyway, but he looked like a very proud father to his newborn, or relatively newborn. Baby Emma, who arrived in October of last year, was proudly displayed in the hotel lobby area last night. The Familjen Suljovic is here this weekend, his wife Enisa, and Suljovic's son. And all in all, he looked to be in good spirits last night, did Mensur, after his victory yesterday against Jamie Hughes by 6 legs to 4. Mervyn King overcoming the sole surviving German Gabriel Clemens yesterday. King had 1 or 2 boos from the crowd to contend with, but it wasn't a problem for Merv. And well, having seen off a German, he's now up against a German-speaking player. So consistency for King here already this weekend.
Now, Merv, when he played Gabriel Clemens,
yes,
was he using these darts, or was he using his old bamboo-shaped ones? I'm not sure.
One for Nico there, I think.
Because I'm used to seeing Mervyn playing with his old bamboo cane-shaped darts, but he's got these other ones. I'm not sure I've seen him use them before. I probably wasn't paying attention. I wasn't commentating on that first game against Gabriel Clemens. I'm not sure if these are brand new. Have you seen those before,
yes.
Paul?
Paul did mention this in commentary yesterday. Given the, do you see the little pedal shape in the middle? That was alluded to by Nicholson yesterday. Whether they're brand new this weekend.
He does have, literally, Mervyn does carry a big sort of hold all around with about 7 sets of darts in there.
60.
I'm trying to think of the word that Nicholson used. to describe that.
A scallop.
That could well have been.
Yeah. It seems like a very asset word to use. Trio of ton 40s. There we go. I'm told I've just been handed some information. They were made about 10 days ago. So they are new. Used them in Milton Keynes and the Pro Tour. Used them very well in this first leg. Did make a semi-final on the Sunday. Last time out on the Pro Tour. And he's looking at 81 here, Merv. Double 12 for an 11 dart and a breaker throw. A 12 darter will do for the King.
Second leg, Mervyn, the throw first.
Finalist here last year as a qualifier as well, before losing to Peter Wright in the final. Didn't have to go through the qualifying route for this one. Seeded 11 here this weekend. Recently celebrated his 52nd birthday, I believe, last week.
Yep, that's right. The 15th of March it was, so just over a week ago. Maybe they're a birthday present, the new dart.
Oh, wow. It was exactly 10 days ago. Just had to look at my watch there to check what day of the week it was.
Well, Mervyn here, these new darts are working an absolute treat for him because he has had 5 scoring visits in this game, all of them 140. And the only other visit was an 81, which he took out in 3 darts. Absolutely magnificent from the King. What a day for the Merverts.
140.
Long overdue win on the European Tour, that for Mervyn King yesterday against Clements.
44.
Since reaching the final here last year, or following his run to the final here last year, he then went on to win only 1 match on the European Tour between then and the end of the year. That was a 6-2 defeat of John Michael in round 2 in Riesa. Suljovic finding a ton 80 to leave himself handily placed for a break back hit.
Well, it took him a little while to get going against Jamie Hughes yesterday, Mensur. He found himself in all kinds of bother, actually. He was 3-1 down in that game. Staying there. Now for the ball.
61. Mervyn, you require 134.
Well, it leaves tops in case Mensur does slip up on this 25. You don't really expect him to. Oh, double 10 then.
Nudging the wire with the first go.
Oh!
Well, an awkward second dart inside the wire as well, and Mervyn King has been gifted this chance for a 2-0 lead, and that's exactly what he does. He's finishing really well, Mervyn King. 6 from 8 yesterday against Clements, and 2 from 2 so far, or 2 from 3 I should say here so far.
Well, Mensur Suljovic, you could see how that one deflected off. He's usually very, very good at using those marker darts, even when sometimes they seem a little bit too close. But he'll slide in along next to them. But in that case, it looked like it caught the flight, and it's just gone in a savage angle, deflected a long way. And even then, it very nearly found the target. But Mervyn steps in and makes him pay. The King averaging 107 right now.
Maybe it's just this venue. Maybe he loves playing here. Mind you, he's had success elsewhere, of course. Let's not forget. Suljovic likewise had a good run here last year. He made the semi-finals. He had 2 Euro Tour finals and a semi-final last year. Lost 6-3 to Peter Wright in that semi-final.
Yeah, often saves his best for the Euro Tour, Mensur Suljovic, but he's a threat in everything.
Except the UK Open,
which he just declines to participate in. Was deemed unworthy of him this year. And the Premier League, I'm not messing about in Minehead in -3 degrees.
Opted to spend time with his family rather than in Wigan trying to qualify for it.
131. Mervyn, you require 161.
So, by and large, his competitive darts this year has been limited to the Masters and the Premier League, really.
Yeah, he's played a couple of Pro Tour events, hasn't he, Mensur? I think he had a quarter-final run.
That must have been in Milton Keynes, because I don't think he went to Barnsley either.
Yeah, he had one day in Barnsley, got to his board final, and then he went to Milton Keynes and had a second round and a quarter-final. So, yeah, I mean, he's picked up 3 days' work for nearly £4,000. Not bad, is it? This isn't bad.
Well, you have to say, this is really impressive stuff from Mervyn King.
140.
Mervyn was threatening the 9-darter in his game against Gabriel Clemens. We've seen a number of players threatening it this weekend, actually. By my count, I think we had 3 players go 6 darts into it and 2 players go 7 darts into it.
And I recall as well, King really threatening a 9-darter in Hamburg last year as well. He missed double 12 against Richard Knorr in the second round.
Well, that is officially as close as we have got since Ross Smith's one in 2013. It's as close as we will ever get. Unfortunately, I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Quick scan as well. His first 3 average in that match against North was 132.
Proper score in that.
Heading straight to Munich is Mervyn King after this. He's got the mobile home, or not mobile home,
the recreational vehicle. The Mervmobile.
The Mervmobile, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah. Perfect setup. 180. Number 2 for Mensur to leave him double top.
Emilian Suljovic happy with that one. It's a good response by Suljovic, but it might all be in vain here because King is looking at 106 to hold for a 3-1 lead. He's now looking at 86. Not to be then for him.
Mensur, Mensur, Mensur. The chant around the Osterman Arena right now as he looks at double top for another leg.
Fluffed his lines on double 10 before. That was a very similar dart to the first dart last time, and he's come inside again on the second dart just as he did previously.
And you could see how the flight on that first effort moved. So he's caught it again, Mensur Suljovic. He's having problems just using those marker darts. No problem there for Mervyn King, who does maintain or re-establish that 2-leg lead. But a little bit of concern for Mensur Suljovic. He's only 1 out of 7 on his doubles. This game could be very different had he taken his chances.
And King, every time he's approached a double, okay, he's not hitting it first time, but he's getting it with the first visit. 3 from 5 for Merv so far.
Yeah.
Average still over 100 just about.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, but we know this is what Merv can do. We know both of these players we're expecting to average round about that 98 to 100 mark. Well, Merv, he's all, maybe only even a third of the way through this match, and he already looks like he's suffering a bit. Mind you, he has been practicing for about 7.5 hours. Oh, Merv, your go, mate. Up you get.
Limbering up. I do worry about Merv sometimes. He did some stretches on the stage afterwards, after his match against Clemens yesterday. He looked to be in agony, but he quickly recovered and gave, a very upbeat interview afterwards. On stage.
Even if he goes and wins the whole European Darts Open, I don't think he's going to dance a jig on stage. But
driving to Munich is my concern here now.
Well, he does look like he's struggling, doesn't he? And he still gets a regular round of golf in Merv. And I've seen his swing. Filmed him at the dart show. I mean, no wonder he's got back problems. All sorts of things going on.
Grimacing there, isn't he? Anyway. He'll be hoping he can get the job done here and go and rest up for a few hours before the quarterfinals this evening. The winner of this to face either Michael Smith or James Wade. 2 other former European Tour champions doing battle in our final match of the afternoon session in round 3.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've got some heavy hitters in this section of the draw, this quarter. James Wade, the only unseeded player in this quarter, but he's James Wade. 20 for tops.
He's still number 10 in the world.
58.
I think he's getting frustrated again because he might well have caught the fly. I make that 3 legs where Mensur Suljovic has had a dart at a double and a previous dart has not helped him in any way. Now this double 10 has been tricky for Mensur.
And the sooner he sorts it out, the better, really.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it, Mensur. First time of asking. No messing about. But all not well in the Suljovic camp right now.
He did say that, I'm not sure whether he welcomes the added pressure of having his family here to watch. So I know he said that he felt that he was under a lot more pressure to perform in that game against Jamie Hughes. And it did take him a while to settle into his rhythm because he was second best in the first 3 or 4 legs of that game. Significantly second best as well. Jamie Hughes played really well.
And is this all down to the fact that now Suljovic is doing more travelling to the UK, in particular with the Premier League, that he feels as though, okay, he can't really afford to, or he wouldn't want to have any further time away from his family. That's why he's brought them here. But in so doing, it brings that added pressure, as you say.
Well, I mean,
it's a nice problem to have, to be in the Premier League.
Yes.
Put it that way.
Well, certainly a very lucrative position to be in. And again, Mensur Suljovic has had some major wins over the last few months. He's been earning serious coin as the gentle.
None more so than in Cardiff last year.
Well, quite.
100k for that in the Champions League.
Followed it up with another Pro Tour title in Ireland. There's 10 grand. Semi-final at the World Grand Prix, another 23.5. Quarter-final at the European Championship, another 15. Another 16 for a quarter-final at the Grand Slam of darts. Not bad, is it? Not bad. Ooh, he probably needed the lot there, Mervyn, because it would have left him on 100. Mensur will be thinking he's got 2 visits to see this off, but these soft-tip players, and he was a soft-tip player, they love a bullseye finish. They love the bullseye. Not on this occasion.
Finding the 5 instead. King, for a hold of throw, needs 140. And it ain't going to go. And Suljovic has a chance to break on 45 hit. Now, 17 for double 14? No, 13 for double 16.
29.
That first dart at the double 16 didn't look like he threw it as he would normally. Not a proper extension of the arm, and he's missed it by quite a distance. Now the Merv route is treble 16. And now he has to go 14 ball. And this is the downside to the Merv route, unless you pin the bullseye.
I've often wondered this. You know, I remember Wayne Mardle saying, don't try this at home. Merv just sticks to that rigidly, doesn't he? Going for when he's on 80 and he goes for that treble 16, there's the downfall, you miss it. Okay, he's got away with it. Great recovery. But why does he do it?
Well, it's Merv believes that the trade-off is he is one of, if not the best double 16 hitter on the planet. He is incredible at it. He absolutely loves that area of the board. And he believes that double 8 right next to it, if he can go treble 16, double 8, treble 16, double 16, or miss inside and leave the double 8, he's got a much better chance of doing that than having to go potentially 20-20 tops, where you've also got 2 darts in the way. His darts do stick up, and they can get in the way of that double top bet. Now, I still think it's a foolish route to go. And that's why you won't see many players do it. But he's Mervyn King. He's a former world master. He's a multiple major finalist in the PDC. Should have won the PDC Masters. Missed darts to do it. Somehow James Wade managed to beat him. Won on the Euro Tour. He's won all kinds of ranking titles. And he's just turned 52. He's been competitive playing darts for 30 years and been right near the top.
So he can do what he likes.
Yeah, he can do what he likes. He's Mervyn King. I mean, he can't stand up properly, but he can do anything else on a dartboard that he likes. I hope that table's stable.
No, otherwise Mensah will be mightily distracted here as he lines up this one. Do we have a PDC physiotherapist?
I'm unaware of one. How is he doing this? He barely stand up and he's chucking him on 40s for fun. Double 4 for Mensah.
Game shot, the son of
15
man.
darter.
Just keeping himself slightly in touch here. He's still a breakdown.
Well, I'm sure what Merv would absolutely love is for this to go 11 legs. Bearing in mind that he looked like he needed a back transplant after about leg 3.
Yeah, he must have feared the worst when he saw Suljovic booking his place in round 3 yesterday.
96.
And Mensah is a guy who will vary his speed. Sometimes he throws pretty quickly. Sometimes he will slow it right down. And I don't think Mensah will be shy of just taking a little bit of extra time to prolong this game.
Like Mervyn could do with a medical timeout here or something.
Well, if Merv could claim a second Euro Tour title, 25 grand, I mean, that surely, I don't know, but surely go a long way to buying a new, reinforced, titanium, unbreakable back. One that could propel Mervyn King on to finally become a PDC major champion. It's a bad back and a dodgy light fitting that did for him at the World Championship against Zoran Lurchbacher when he had Zoran right in the palm of his hand, and then the light bulb went, they went off stage, he came back on, the back had gone, the light wasn't back on, and Zoran came back and won it.
Really rolled the shoulder into that one, did Suljovic as well.
Shanghai finish, needs the treble, doesn't get it.
56.
Again, it's the 80, so he's gone the treble 16, and it means that he may only get one dart at the double when he should be coming back having 2 darts at tops, assuming that Mensah lets him back, and he might not because double 18 gives us a level game. Double 9 next to his favourites.
Loves that corner of the board,
63.
but he doesn't find double 9.
Mervyn requires 64.
And King can take another significant step towards, I say that, 43 away now. So tops, he does have to go for tops now. And
Right,
okay, so
pick the bones out of that.
Having the conversation we just had a few moments ago about King going for 16s rather than the 20s, and then he's left with 43, so you would suspect.
So you go 11 double 16 because Mervyn King does everything to leave double 16, but no. That makes no sense. Like I can make a case, like a rational case for Mervyn going so, but that makes no sense. But he's Mervyn King. He can do what he wants. And Mervyn might be about to register a 5th win in his career against Mensah Suljovic. He did beat him last time out on the Euro Tour. They met twice on the Euro Tour last year. Mervyn won in Austria. Mensah won in the opening event of the year, the German Darts Championship. It's 5-4 to Mensah in their head-to-heads over their career, dating back to the 2002 Lakeside.
Wow.
58.
Oh, well, Mervyn King has effectively stolen the darts in this leg as well. And the sooner he can wrap this up, you feel the better, so much better for him as well. 140 off that lot as well, and Mervyn King maybe cutting this one short after all. Suljovic struggling for his breath here to stay involved. That'll do him the world of good. Just asking 1 or 2 questions of King. A bit more pressure on this ton finish now. Pressure, what pressure? Tops for King again. This time double 10.
90.
And Suljovic reads again.
2 match darts missed. Mensah Suljovic One of those very Mensur checkouts. Trouble 17. It's on.
87.
Is that the end of the Suljovic campaign? Mervyn King, more match darts. He beat Mensur back in 2002 at the Lakeside. He went on to make the final where he was beaten by Tony David. And he's beaten Mensur again today. Just about the back holds out. Mensur Suljovic, the number 6 seed and Champions League winner, knocked out in the 3rd round. And Mervyn King is through to the quarter-finals, where he'll face either James Wade in a repeat of that incredible Masters final, or Michael Smith, a man he has met in the final of Euro Tour events before now. We have one more game this afternoon for you. There might be a slight delay while we wheel Mervyn King off the stage. What a day for the Merverts.
Dabei war extra Mensurs Frau und auch der Sohnemann mit hier nach Leverkusen gekommen. Und Mervyn hat ganz schön Probleme mit dem Rücken. Er hat sich hier durchgekämpft und durchgebissen. Mervyn, that doesn't look good. Congratulations. I mean, that's unbelievable. The back is paining, huh?
Back's good. Sciatic nerve is, excuse the swearing, but shit. The sciatic nerve is absolutely killing me. Back is good.
You look exhausted. But you can play tonight, yeah.
I'll battle on, as you do, you know. What do you do? Do I give up? No. No, I've never give up in my life, so...
I mean, and a win against Mensur at that time, where he's playing Premier League, where he's number 6 in the world, that's a big win.
To me, it's... I think I'm better. You know, whether I am or not is a different matter, but I think I am. And I think that's why I won.
Coming back to top 16, is that the goal for this year?
I want to be a bit higher than that, to be fair. I think that the game is there. If I could just get rid of this pain in my backside, which sciatic nerve is, there's no reason why I can't climb up into the top 10. Okay. So, you know.
Merv, see you later again. Thank you very much. Mervyn King. Der hat sich irgendwie einen Nerv eingeklemmt. Es ist nicht der Rücken, der war lange Zeit das Problem, aber er sieht nicht glücklich aus.